Okay, so let's continue. So our problem here is that what I suspect, like, because when I'm trying to seed, I had an error, and let's see. So here we're trying to create the function validation name has already been taken. The function name has been already taken. How? No, not the function name. So this is in the factories line 7. Okay, let's see. Factories function line 7, 7GG. Here, tag association. That doesn't seem right. So what is that? What is this trying to do? Create some tags? It's an array of tags, maybe? I know, but it doesn't seem right. So here I think you can just do tags list. Use the function you already created, right? So here you can just make an array of not even no here and hello and streaming string image symbol one of them. This is all right, and here probably that will work better. When I sample one, okay, just a second. I think a sample returns only one item when you don't give it any parameters. I think so. Yeah, see, it's creating the functions. Yeah, so that was the issue. And here we can set the tags list. I think that will also work. But wait, do we need to set the tags? I don't think so. Like we already are setting the tags in the factories and we are using the factories here, so we really don't need to, right? And that means we don't need to do that. But we can reuse it. So is there a tag factory here? There is. There is a tag factory, but didn't we already say that are we accepting dash or underscore? We are accepting dash, not underscore. So why did we have this convoluting way to set the tag? Like here, why did we do that? Because that should be unique. As I remember, it was like unique and then the name. So I think he was right here. He was just trying to get an association. Right. This is to generate a unique one. The tag name must be unique, right? Does it have to be a meaningful name for the tag? Can't we just use a sequence? How do we do that? Factory, what sequence? Was it factory? Yeah. I don't actually remember how to do that. Yeah, sequence and then this, and we get the n here, and then tag number n. It should work. I think it's working. So when you are creating tags, it's a sequence, it's fine. Here, we're creating a function. So this will have a new tag every time, I think. And then here in the seeds, we're creating tags and creating functions. Do we have to do that? Like, this gives us like 20 tags, and then yeah, it would be nice. Nice if we just set the tag, because in that case you can have because we are creating how many functions? 10 functions for each user, and that will give us like handful of tags, and each tag will have many functions, and yeah. Yeah, that will be better. Now let's try it. Let's try it. In this case, some users and some functions, and I see it didn't complain, so yeah, that's it's taking too long to create the functions. Why? The find or initialize is taking a bit of time. Why does it take time? Don't we have a like if we open the model tag, we are using the name here, and the name uniqueness is true. And in the schema, is it an index? Do we have an index on it? I don't think so. This is why it's slow. This is why this is slow. Tags table here. This one. Yeah. Okay, let's roll back the last two migrations and change this one. db roll back. I don't know how to roll back two migrations at the same time. This is the problem. Create table string. I think we can say unique true. Let's look at the documentation. Docs. Let's stop showing this message. Read the create table. There is limit here. We can set the limit on the database, right? So that will make it constrained a bit. String limit, and we need the limit to be 20, right? I'm not totally convinced that this should be on the database, but so how did we used to do that? I think we can just create an index. So this was part of the schema. Create table. Migration table, was it? Schema class table. No. I think it was called index. Here. I think also we can do that, as I remember, but I'm not totally sure. So let's also, I'm not sure if it's unique or unique like that. So db migrate, rs db migrate. Let's look at the schema. Tag name limit 20, name tags name. Yeah, I don't see an index here. Let's roll it back again. There was something with the camera. Index name. So is it unique? Let's see. Here, index name unique. So let's throw one setup again. I hope creating the functions is now easier, faster. Add index, yeah, but you already have the table object inside the create table. So add index, I think you can use it if you don't have the table definition. But you already have it in the add table, in the create table. So I think you just dot index here. Yeah, it's creating the likes and everything. Now let's see what do we have. So we made this sequence and we compacted this one. We added the limit and unique index, and this is the migration for it. Improve, click trees and seeds, and add index for tag name column and push. So now what do we have? Let's look at the website. Oh, it's still creating commits. I think even when it's creating, you can still Rails server because they shouldn't be conflicting with each other, right? And I log in. Okay, so here's the thing. Hello world, and the hello, and this is text print. So if we created this function, there are 3 tags. If I go to print, here we go. I'll go back to it. Everything is, yeah, seems right. So if I created another one with print foo bar and low and what was the other ones? Hello text print. Text print. Let's see if there's any conflicts or anything. No. Here we go. So if I go there, choose both of them, I noticed that they are ordered by the oldest first. I think we need to reverse that. So the newest should be first, right? Like if you went to Stack Overflow here and you tried to open one of these, the newest first, right? 1 minute ago, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, so the newest. So we need to reflect that in the controller. Offset order. We order it by the likes account. Why? By the likes? The most popular first? I don't know. That means if one function was really popular, it will always stick to the top. Probably we should add filters. Should add a way for the user to choose it. Okay, let's fix it first. So this should be by created at descending. I just want to see if the created at has an index here. Does it? I don't think so. Because datetime created at, there is no index on it. I can optimize that later. See? Yeah, that seems right. It's reversed. Now, how about we... Okay, so first, this order by creation time in reverse to show new functions first. All right. Should we add filters? So if we added filter to this page, you have to add some links here, and you pass the filter to the URL, and you make sure it works with the pagination. Let's see something that already has pagination. Something like that. A little more. Is this correct? Yeah, seems about right. The cross-platform is only exactly 2 pages long. Tag from functions count 350. The pagination is incorrect. The pagination is not right. Use and tags index the show here. So why it's not right? Because the show.js here. So we replace it by rendering the functions. We don't render the button here. And this is wrong. So if we look at the users, the views users, not the show, sorry, the index. What was it? Functions show here, no, index. So here we are rendering the function, or rendering some text to say that he didn't publish anything or something like that. But you see in the functions here we are rendering functions, right? And then in the functions partial we are rendering the load mode and then render functions. So here's the issue that here if you're looking at the index.js, the JS is identical. So if you're looking at the tags JS, it's identical, right? But that's an issue. No, it's not identical. So render and then functions. We can't render functions here. Okay, so show HTML, and here index HTML. And render functions here, and the functions are the list of functions, and this also needs the tag. And then you can create a partial here called the functions, and you can make it identical to the one here. So it renders the function, right? And then renders the load more here. So it renders the function and then load more, and then tag, we already passed it. Next. Yes, should work, right? With one exception. With one exception. So if you're looking at the JS, you're looking at the index.js here. The difference here is that here we are rendering the functions directly. So what we should do is render the view that's called functions, like the partial that's called functions, and then pass in the parameters that it needs. Functions, and tag is the we set it in the control. So here we are. This should work. It makes sense to show the most liked first. The most popular first, but okay, let's look at how this website works. So here we are showing by the latest by default, right? And then top liked, and then top commented, top saved. Maybe we need to duplicate this in the tags. Yeah, but that's for another PR. So let's see here. So this is the cross-platform tag, right? And then you load this, it gives you this one here. Yeah, there's the load button. Nice. Yeah, I think we will need to duplicate these filters. Yeah. Here it's working. Okay. Here. And this fix the load more button for pagination and push. I really hope that this load more button is not broken anywhere else. Okay, let's check all the files that are that ends with JSARB. Okay, so JSARB, and turn on the follow mode. So here renders function, renders saves. Windows functions, followers, notifications. So saves. It has the more followers. Yeah. Yeah. Notifications. It has the lot more. Yeah. We are fine. So okay, so we need to check now all the changes that we have, and if everything is fine, then change it from one. What's happening here? Let's look at this really quick. We are setting the tag and we are risking from it. Since minimum is 0 and maximum is 3. There is the tag. The minimum length of the tag name is 1 character. No, I wouldn't do that. Here, the minimum shouldn't be 1. Like, you can't create a tag with 1 character. That would be ridiculous, really. I think the minimum would be 3, like an acronym. Like when you have an when you have some kind of an abbreviation or something, probably 3 is better here. Do we have a test for that? Sorry for asking, but we keep changing the code and we are not really. Okay. Robocop. So it seems that we don't have a test for it. So spec model tag. So it shouldn't allow a. So let's change it, and it shouldn't allow like 1 character. It shouldn't allow 2 characters. These two tests should fail now, right? Yeah. So the minimum is 3. Should allow like I don't know, MRI should allow that. The test for minimum tag name character. Yeah. Here. Tag list up to 3. Yeah. Rendering the functions. Hmm. We didn't finish this part yet. Okay. So let's continue and skip this one. Tag. Okay. And we finish this one. And we did this one. What was that? The seeds? Yeah. That still doesn't. Is there another way to do that? Whatever. Creating sample. So what is this? This is for the tests, right? We're creating the 3 tags names and then joining them. And then we use this, right? Yeah, that doesn't seem right. So here we go. This seems too long, so I think we can get away by we just need 3 of them, right? So we can depend on the factory. So build list. I don't remember what was the first argument and the second, so let's try tag. There are 3 of them. That was the whole idea, right? Um, and then map them to the names. And so when we change the factory, it will change the test here. So if we change the rules, we don't have to change it everywhere. We just change it in the factory. So let's map it to the name and join it with a comma. And this is the tags test. Let's see our spec and did this undefined local variable method tags. So it's used in line 51. Okay. Change tag by tag size. Yeah, I see. Three, and then we use tags size. And in this case, if we want, in this case, we don't have to get the size, right? You just use tag size, which you don't have to keep one array and then merge it. You just use the number. So you need a number. Okay. Better the variables. Here we go. Why? In the tags controller, stick tags controller, right? Why do you need to create 3 forcefully? Like, so here the functions count, it's not used anywhere else. Okay, so we don't really to need it in a left. 3. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So that seems better, right? But there is something like, what is this really testing? Like here, create tag, create list function for this tag, return all functions associated with this tag. Show for the tag, and that doesn't seem right? Like that doesn't create the functions. It doesn't create the function. So what is it trying to test here? It tests that the response is successful. I have to see the response here. Like what is really is the response? Response, is there like body to it? There is no body. Why there is no body? Because we didn't render the views, didn't we? We didn't, right? Render views. I remember there was a function you need to put it there in your test. An RSpec to render the views, right? It's render views. It's exactly like that. Render views. Even after adding this, it won't render any function, right? Response body. Yeah, that will be empty. So what we really need to see here, first we need to have this functions there, returns all functions names in response. So we should expect the response to include functions names. Functions to be functions add name. So let's see if this works. Like it's text, right? But yeah, I don't think so. Well, I didn't call this function's name. Functions names. Okay, I think it's telling me that I said response body no basic conversion of array to string. Does that include each? Let's see, I'll spec include each. I think there was something like that. Include all? Yes, two. Include this. I need like a string that include all items of the array. To include this, I think I need to expand it. Was it with that? It's called the split, I think. I don't remember how was it. What was the split operator? I never used it. One asterisk. Nope. Expected empty to include the response body is empty. Let me see. Ah, because I didn't do this, which should be in before. Yeah, here we go. The response body should include all these functions names. Yeah, because RSpec already support it. We can give it more than one argument and it will do it. Hash usage, and this is the string. CIC, I think Robocop. Is complaining. Yeah. Let's fix all of it. Anything else? No? Okay. Let's run all the tests and let's see. Everything seems to be in order. Improve tests. Let's continue looking at this. Okay. Tags. Okay. This is to generate sequence of tags. And I think we are done with this. The only thing missing is this one. H2 closes with H3. Oh. This is the index. Tags index. This one. Let's look at it on the website itself. So if you went here, So let's go. So here tags show and index. Okay, controller tags controller. I see we are setting the tag should be only in show. Shouldn't be in the index. And in the index here under construction, let's open the view beside us. The index and the class should be, the code is size something like that, right? Yeah. And now we need to list all the tags. All the tags. Okay. So tags should be tag limited by the limit, offsetted by the offset, and ordered by, let's be consistent. Let's be consistent. Use now if you're listing the tags you need to be alphabetic. So order by name. Yeah. And the index is the same. The index is the same. And here we need to render the tag. And see tag is yeah. So we need with a list, an ordered list. Then tags. There's like tags. Here it is. I'm actually not sure if I should be consistent, like use this one. So they should be alphabetical. What do you think, guys? What should I do? Like, we need to list all the tags, but you shouldn't be really getting everything. You need to paginate it. Okay, so you will have to show part of it, but showing the part means you have to like order them somehow, right? Like you need to show them in chunks. So somebody, like when you're navigating the page, you should see, you should be expecting, okay, like the first one should be in A's, B's, C's, so you know where you are going, right? The problem here is how do you want to show them? So we paginated it, you got a page, and then what? Like you render them beside each other or on a list? Goes over the function. If you're looking here over the functions, it's rendered as like a menu beside each other, right? If you go here, they are rendered like that. But when you're listing tags, probably you shouldn't be showing them like that, right? Okay, let's just not to block ourselves. So here, render tags, right? Here, render tags. So tag offset. We didn't define the offset here. I didn't define the offset. Here it is. This is how it will look like, and if you're asking me that doesn't look right, so the first thing we need something around it. We need some kind of a card like this one, like this content, and then there's a paragraph inside it. Here, this box is shadowless. So this is the first thing. Box is shadowless, right? So this should improve it a bit. It's a box. Now to the second issue, which is read more. First, you need to pass in the tags, because we already have tags.html here, and it renders tags in a div called tags. So this makes it identical to the one that appears here. But still, it doesn't seem right. Let's see what do we have in the component. I think it's here, element tag. Create a span with tag. There is a size. Size is normal, is medium, is large. Can we use this on the container? So can I use is large on the container here? No. I think there is something like has text large, has text large. No. Typography or something. Is medium or is it small? Is medium. No. See also that we have a box here, then there is content. That's not our problem now. Okay. So we have the tags, and we usually pass in other things. So if you are now here, we need something that shows the more, like in the functions, saves, in any of that. So this. So this renders the tags, and then load more button. And the load more button is tags path. The offset is next, and only if we have next defined. Of course, that doesn't work because we don't have the JavaScript. So here we need to copy it to index dsrb. Here we render tags. We even create functions, and tags is tags here. So if we go here, nice. Oh, we have a lot of tags here. Four six three, for example, 463. Yeah, okay. So it's ordering by strings. Okay, like the first one starts with 1, and then 2s, and then 3s, and so on. Yeah. Oh. These are the tags. It doesn't look like a... I think we can get away with it, but I think we can do better. And if it's a list, it will be like totally empty to the side. Like it would be like a really long line of tags. Maybe we can... I vote for count functions disk as a default order. So you need to order by the most popular tags first. The most popular tag. The problem with that is that it will be very intensive, like processing wise, because you would need to count the functions for each tag, right? So you need to make a counter cache in the tags table. So when you're inserting a function, updating, deleting, something like that, that updates the cache. In that case, you can add an index on it, and then you can order by it. Okay, that solves the ordering problem, which gives you the most popular first. And in that case, you can also display the number beside it, right? So you can have auxiliary, and then beside it you have the number of functions. Let's do that. Let's do this. Okay, first you need to add a cache counter. Let's see the Rails counter cache, right? Here, counter cache true. So when you're doing a belongs to, which is function belongs to tag, the function has many tags. Belongs to author, and then the problem here is that we have many to many, right? The count, okay. So let's look at this. Let's look at the tags model. Here is the tag, and the tag has and belongs to many functions, right? Has and belongs to many functions. And this counter cache only belongs to like it's an option on belongs to. So let's see the documentation. So this doc reads have and belongs to many. What are the options that we can use here? To save class name, join table. It will be a disaster if I try to do this. Let's see if anybody solved it before. As belongs to many cache counter cache. There is no built-in method for has and belongs to many, but it is simple to make your own counter cache. Actually, I was doing or use has many through throat so there instead of the has and belongs to many. I never use has and belongs to many because it looks awkward for me. It used to be in Rails 4. So let's look at the function model, right? This has and belongs to many tags. I remember that we silenced Robocop when he was talking about has and belongs to many. Robocop يعمل yeah wait didn't it was for maybe this is one of the reasons, right, that it prevents you from doing something like the counter cache. Okay, how can we do this? So what is the name of the table? Let's split this schema and functions tags here. So maybe we can create a model here. We call it functions tag RP. This class functions tag application record, right? And this belongs to function, belongs to tag, right? And then the function and the tag should use this. So this has many functions tags and has many functions through functions tags, right? And the same here, instead of functions it will be tags. Why is the component dependent? Destroy, please. Here, dependent destroy. So if we're removing a tag, it should remove all the records related to it, right? Let's see first if everything is working fine. So let's see our spec. Oops, we have 3 tests failing. 3 tests. One of them is in the tag spec. Expected to have and belongs to. Now we changed that, so it's safe to change this test, right? So here in the tag spec, have and belongs to me has many functions. That's what's important for us, that it has many functions. Spec model. Next, let's run the test again. Have many, all right. With another 2 of them. All of that to implement the count functions. Happy? Okay. So functions, the controller spec. Functions, the controller spec. These are weird errors. What is that? So here, line 51. In the controller, line 51. It says that 0 length delimited identifier at or near function. Okay, let's look at this controller. Functions controller line 51, right? Functions controller line 51. So it's a normal function destroy. Setting the function, it's the function. That's all. Why? Delete and destroys the recursive function. Is there something with this test, with this specific function from this test? Let's validate that. Like if I went to one of my functions here, here's one of the functions. Okay, and I try to just delete it. It's not only the test. Okay. 0 delimited identifier at function destroy where functions tags there's something wrong with my has many. What is wrong here? Zero is a delimited identifier, so it's trying to delete from the functions tags where the column name is null. and it doesn't even set the column name here. Now why is that? Doesn't So let's look at the model. Here belongs to function, belongs to tag. So when you're trying to delete a function, it deletes the function's tag is a record, and am I missing something here? Is the structure not right? So here, function ID, tag ID. It's not null. There's an index on it. Yeah, this doesn't have a primary key, and it shouldn't. It doesn't have a primary key. Rails model primary many to many model without primary key. Yeah. You can also use composite keys. Composite keys. Because it doesn't have a primary key, that's the issue. Is there something in Rails that I can primary key? Is there a way to do that? Define primary key field. Isn't that class methods? Yeah. Define the primary key. They can be overridden in subclasses. Override all. Override will negate any effect of primary key prefix. Can we make the primary key an array? That seems to be less than ideal. It's better just to add the ID. Yeah. SDB roll back. So we roll back the relation table. Okay, and create functions. Join table function stats here. Create table. Functions tags, and this one here reference. It's reference or references? Reference. It's wrong. Okay, reference. References. And then the table. Sure. So this is the function. Clarification. Yeah. And tag. And we need to add an index on both function and tag. We need to be an array. Should be unique, right? Like you can't add the relation between these two models twice. Like you can't have two relations between the same function and the same tag. It's not possible. This video migrate. Column function doesn't exist. Sorry, what? Belongs to belongs to line 3. Okay. Function ID and tag ID. I see. Oh, that's a lot of changes. Okay, so now the tests should be working. The tests are working. Okay. Wheels will be reset, I think. The one that drop and create. Yeah, it's reset. Let's run the server here. So now we can remove this from Robocop. And then belongs to me. Is Robocop complaining about anything? I think one of the migration files. Yeah. At timestamps when creating a new table. Do I have to though? Okay. Raise the rollback. And here the time stamps. So Robocop is happy now? Yeah, he's happy. All right. What are we trying to do? It was Rails VB reset. The idea of this website, I think it could be generalized a bit. I just didn't want to start with the general idea. I wanted to be specific to the community I care about. And then we can make another version for Go, for Rust, for JavaScript, for like any language you want. I think the seeds are really slow, and we'll need to find the way to make it faster. Well, these seeds are just for the development. to make sure you have something to work with. We need to add a counter, so we have to run model migration. But I need to make sure that everything is working fine before I add this migration and order byte. Does that add the counter cache plus an index on it? Because you will order bytes, so you need an index. Okay, let's cut this. We're just creating the comments, so it should be fine if I did that. And if I run the specs, record on a phone. Yeah, we are trying to release something for myself, which I don't exist now. Create a new function, let's call it hello, and if this is print, this is get hello, what's forward, there's the print. Now if you deleted this, should just a second. So I'll open the tag here. When I delete this, now it doesn't have anything. The tag is not deleted, but the relation is deleted. Okay, it's fine. Alright, now we need to generate migration. Migration and add counter cache to tags, and it should be tags. The counter cache, what would be the name for it? I think it has a convention, right? Raise counter. I think it has something underscore count. I just need to refresh my knowledge on the counter. There, see? Now, here, counter cache belongs to article counter cache. This counter will require an article model named responses count. The counter cache option makes sure that the number in this field is automatically updated. Yeah. So that's the big idea. So the name is the name of the relation, which would be function tags count. Yeah. Functions tags count integer, is it? Add counter cache. Add counter cache. This one. No, I need it to be indexed. Index 2. Yeah. Let's see the migration. Let's see if this worked really, like in the schema, in the tags column and text table, functions tags count, and it's an integer. And is it an integer? Reuse column type integer. What does it translate to? What does it translate to? I need to be big int, not integer. Do you think it will run faster if I increase the connection pool? I actually don't think so, because it's using one connection, right? Like this seed is using one connection, because it's working like in a waterfall, like it's one script that runs. The connections will be useful if you are doing that in multiple requests, right? So if every request grabs a connection, then that will be faster. It's slow because it creates a lot of records. I should lower the number of records I try to create it. Because I'm creating, I think. Let me show you. You see, like it creates 100 users, and then for every user we create 10 functions. This is 1,000 functions now, and then we take like random 50 users and random 30 functions. Random 30 functions. Oh no. Okay. That's all the functions here. Yeah, the functions are like we get like random 30 functions for every user, and we create a like for it, right? Like we make a connection between the user and the function, and we create a notification for it. And then we pick up 50 random users and 30 random functions for every user, and we create a save for it, as if the user saved this function, and the comments are the same. So this is why it's slow, because it's doing a lot of things. And all of that just when you are in development, when you open the website, you see something in front of you. It's not empty. So you can see the code, you can see people commented in it, you can see people liked it, which I don't see it here. So you see this one, for example, there's 2 comments and 1 like and 1 saved it. So that's the idea. You can go there and you can see that he published some functions, and you can see here, so that's the idea. So it builds the whole website data for you, just to give you something to work with. What are we trying to do now? We have the cache counter. So that means if you function tag model belongs to tag, and now what is it called again? Counter cache. So it belongs to counter cache 2. This should work, right? Let's put it to test. So when I already have one, right? No. So hello and hello, and if hello, nothing there, it's fine. Here, so if you went to hello, so if we have a Rails console here, and tag from hello, so you should see, you see the counter is 1. The counter is 1. So that means when you are rendering view tag, when you are rendering this, it doesn't have, like, you can put the number of functions in front of it, right? Like the name here, could be this, and then in front of it you can say tag and functions tags count. So this displays the name and then the counter here, like that. But I really want to know, does it really count or not? So this is all the queries that happened in this request. So we select the user, we select the current user, all right? And then we select the functions for the function that is called for this user and called hello here, right? For this user and called hello. And then you get the user with ID 101. And then select tags from tags and rejoin with the functions tags. This is to get all the tags for this function. And then we count from functions tags where the functions tags, see, it counted. Because we used count, we should use size. The difference between count sizes is that size will use the counter cache. I forgot that. Size uses the counter cache to count, always count on the database. So if we're looking here, we shouldn't see counts, right? User from ID, and rejoin, select one from saves, like exist, the save exist, and count from notifications. This is just counting the unread notifications. You see, unread nothing. So yeah, it doesn't count anymore. And that means if you went for the tags here, that's a lot of empty tags. Why are these empty tags created? Who's creating these tags? I think when we are creating a function, we create a tag with it. If I remove this, that means the seed will be faster. Getting the users, the functions. Should take a couple seconds. Shouldn't be too slow. Let's see what's in there. Yeah, you see it's creating functions here, creating functions. And the weird tags are not there anymore. These tags were created with this factory. I don't completely understand this association thing that was in the factory. I start to create likes, and this is all. Now we need to order that by the counter, right? Order it by the counter. So in the tags controller, this would be functions tags down. No? Ah, sorry, I'm really sorry. Functions tags down. So descending. Right? So 360, 310, 300, 300 to 70 to 70. Yeah. That's correct. That seems right. The order is right. But the page feels empty. Let's look at it when it's on mobile. Let's not keep checking, right? On X, like that. On big screens, it doesn't look right. On phones, it's fine. You know, most of our visitors are from desktop, as I remember. So first, let's make sure everything is still working as we expect. So the model, and the migration, we remove this, we don't need it. Function, tag, more, and this is the index. We changed the migration, of course, we changed the schema, and we remove this. Evan belongs to millions, now has many, and element the tags index page. So the issue here is this tag, the index page, is not linked anywhere, right? Like you can't access this page from anywhere. It's just here because we may have a link to it in the future. So how about we have links on the top here? Will that be too much to ask for? Or we can add here. We can add top tags or something. Top tags, like how does it look like this one? Let's see the contributor, which is users, right? Users index view user. What is this top contributors? Timelines contributors. Timelines contributors. So common in columns. There is a menu and users and then a sidebar. What is this concept? What was that? Ah, it was the top thing. When you're not logged in, you see like the concept of the website. What is it? Let's copy that. Go to the tags, index, HTML. You know what? That will eliminate this. The need for this. Now we just need this to be, instead of the users, it would be tags, right? In sidebar, where is this sidebar? Timelines, sidebar. That doesn't seem to be something in the timeline, so does it? That doesn't seem so. See, this is the sidebar, okay. And the menu, timelines, latest pass. So you mean the, if we want to be consistent, then these common tags should be also in the timelines. And if I put these to, like, the menu and the sidebar on the tags, like if I use this from here to there, that would seem like feature envy, right? So it's just like I'm trying to reach out for that and get it. Let's look at the timelines. How does it look like? Timelines. Latest, like, documented, saved, countries. That doesn't have pagination. Panels are just latest things. No, I'm not doing that. I love it. It's sufficient to have what we have. Let's review what we have now. So we implemented this. Tags list. And this new shiny model. And then the tag has some changes. And then this. Can I improve this a bit? Because I think Bulma has a tag that you can split it to two sides. I remember in the elements tag, what this thing here. See? It would be nice if I can do this. It's like count or something. Okay, so how do we do it? Tag HTML. This. So now it's tag is link. Tag and is link. So that's it. Tag. Tags as add-on. Then tag is dark. Tag. Okay. I think this is what we need, right? This. And here. Tag is link. This is what I need here. And this part. So now if I went to eggs, it looks fine, but like see, this space is there's something wrong with it. This whole thing should be the link, right? span and then anchor. As add-ons. I think tags here as add-ons. I think that's what we're missing. If you want to attach tags containers together, simply use field element with is grouped. Field element with is grouped, like they're talking about this. That doesn't seem right. And then you need to, every one of them is just, no, there's something wrong here. You can attach tags together with has add-ons. Okay. A text with a delete tag together. Alright. Field is group multi-line, and then control. Okay. So this is what you're talking about. So control and then tags has add-on. This needs to be here. So you have the control, tags has add-on, and then two tags. And this one, just grouping them. Yeah. I want the small x. Have you seen Stack Overflow? I noticed that they have this small x beside every tag. It would be nice to have it. This little tiny x. This x here. And I need to put it here. Yeah. Seems nice. Did you guys play Valorant, the new Riot game? No, I'm not sure I like it. It looks like a nice game, like the visuals are nice, similar to the Blizzard game, I think Overwatch. But I don't know, I usually don't like this kind of games. I tried them several times. Anyway, alright. So it looks better, right? Although I added a lot of code just to do this. I think this nice. Does it look right? You open one of these. How about this? Looks like this one, but bigger size. So we do this? And in the index, not in the index, in the show. Page. And then tag, and that should make it small, and then I will find the way that makes it bigger. I think it's tags are minimum, are medium, are large. I think tags are large. Because it should pose as a title here. Okay, all right. So here we go. Improve tags rendering and push. All I'm doing now is pushing to Ahmed's branch, the PR. I need to merge it. Oh, I don't need this. Not like that anymore. Look, I did it before. Here. So this should do the same. Here, the same. When we added the field here, we render the tags inside it, and this one we are showing all the tags, and this is for the tag, the index, and this is for the show. This should have. That's and here is the relation belongs to. It has everything, and this is the counter. So we do this and this, and the database changes. And that. I think we finished this PR by now. Now here I am approving also my own code. Hooray! Okay, let's wait for it to be green, and then we can merge it. What's wrong here? Something failed here. You see that? Webpacker can't find application JS. Possible cause you want to set Webpacker YAML value of compile to true for your environment, unless you're using webpack-w or the webpack diff. You have misconfigured the Webpacker configuration file. Your webpack configuration is not created. Creating a manifest. Yeah, I need to regenerate this. This is in the tags because we are rendering the views, and looks like in GitHub this is not working. So this is the first test to render the views, and it seems that it's using the webpack to request the JavaScript files. Okay, before I debug it myself, CI Rails webpack render views. Can't find bags for rendering RSpec. That's the same error. The problem is that not generated yet. We manually compile our packs. So how do you do that? Webpack, webpacker. I think I know why. Node modules and the web. I think I can do the Yarn webpacker, right? Yeah. No. Help. Anything here that says compile? Before we dig ourselves, webpacker compile command. Compile. Just as in staging compile false. This is the webpacker YAML. In the test, compile true. Should be compiling, right? Let's see the GitHub workflow. Is it installing Yarn? You're bundling here, right? You're bundling, but we didn't install Yarn, did we? Here gem cache, and we cached this. This is the key. We didn't install the node modules for a good reason that we never needed. And now this is the first test that needs it. Is it worth it? I don't know. I really don't know. For one test to change the CI? let's see if it works when install yarn. But we didn't install yarn, did we? That's right. This CI doesn't have yarn, does it? Check out in cache. It's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. But just to make sure, so take the control line 13 and line 17. This is the issue. This is testing that the page return. As I remember, assigns doesn't exist anymore. We don't need functions anymore, of course. Spec controllers and fix the controller spec. Let's have this as a task. Maybe somebody can help with it. We are done with this. What? Done. We don't have search yet. So maybe someone can help with that. Can I open it? Can I get a link to it? Copy card the link. So no, what? I'm copying from here and pasting here. Interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, it worked. What? Yeah, it worked. But after I removed this test, it worked. That's a lot of changes. That so how long was that? 209 lines, removed 4. That's not a lot, right? 200 lines. I thought it would be bigger. I really thought it would be bigger. Given that it took too long to be done. There's a blob here and listing the following. What was this? That was Ahmed also working on it, and it doesn't seem like there are some unrelated changes here. As many followers, as many followees. Did he make any changes to the database? Has many followers and has many followings. I think this couple lines are the ones that I need from here. That is not needed. No. This has been in draft for a while now. Since 20th of April. Okay, let's just want to discard this. So let me recall what was this about. Let me just go to master first and pull everything. Okay. Let's restart the server. And so as I remember, if you go to someone, like some person like that, you see the saved, you see the followers. But you don't see who is he following. And that's the problem here. So if we're looking to some real example, you see followers, but there is no following. I have to get the door. So you wouldn't believe it. So 2 weeks ago or even more, I ordered a capture card. I thought that I can develop on my laptop and then stream from my PC. And to do that, I need a capture card. I need something that captured the screen from the laptop and then give it to the PC so he can like code it and add the overlays and stuff and then stream it. And it was stuck in customs for too long. And now, after the first stream, here it is. Here it is. So, this is the thing. Let's see, how does it look like? Over that, I had to pay for customs, of course. I had to pay extra 37 euros for customs. Oh my god. It was coming from China, so I think this is why I had to pay for customs. Anything I can cut with? Wow, this is very tight. Yeah, I'm back. So I opened it. Here it is. So the idea behind that is that you can connect your HDMI out from any machine, which is like a laptop, another PC, a camera with HDMI, and then you can get HDMI out from that to a screen. So as if you're connecting a screen to your thing, you know? And then it copies the signal going through this to USB and defines itself as a, what is it called? UPV, so it's Universal Video Device or something like that. So the computer will see it as another device, and that device is like the web camera, you know, like when you're connecting a web camera, it's the same. So your HDMI out coming out of the laptop can get into another like USB in to another one, and this works with USB-C. So it supports 1080 and 60 hertz, and it has mic, and it has out for the headphones, and it was way more cheap. It was way cheaper than the Elgato Cam Link or the other one that they produce. I don't remember. So it's totally black. It's similar to the iPhone case. Wow. It looks nice. Like, this is how it looks like inside the box. And this is the box. And it's heavy. It doesn't seem like it's done in a rush or it's low quality. This is metal. This seems like metal, and this is plastic, I think. It's called the Mirabox HD TV and HD Video Capture USB 3. So, as you would expect, it has HDMI in and HDMI out, and then USB-C. You can connect that to your computer, so it can see whatever signal coming through from this in to the out. And from the other side, it has mic and the headphone jacks. It's pretty interesting. I think still in the box there's a nice USB-C cable. So this is USB-C cable from both sides. It's really nice. It's using the same accent as the device itself. And there is that, which I don't know what is it. It's some kind of medallion. Yeah, it's a medallion. Why? Why use that? It's nice, like it's well made. I wouldn't really complain, but I don't need it, I think. Yeah. I think you need to. Is it? Nope, I don't think this is made for that at all. Wow. And here's the manual. Everybody knows you have to read the manual before doing anything. It's a big baby swan paper. It's even talking about OBS, which is the application I'm using to stream. So with that, you can also stream from your PlayStation to your PC, and then the PC encodes it and sends it to Twitch or whatever you want. So anything that connects to a screen, you can connect it to that and copy the signal to your PC. So this is why it's useful. It's in general useful to have it. I even didn't know that these machines exist for a while. 232, 235, and what do I have? 235. So it's this one. You can add video capture device. Yeah. Wow. Right. Thank you very much. That was really. It was just too late. I don't know. I feel now that I should continue working on this virtual machine this is the same machine, but that could be still useful if I want to stream from my laptop. It would be also useful if I want to stream from my PlayStation, or when I get a DSLR or something instead of this phone. So now I'm I'm using my iPhone as a camera because that's a broken iPhone. The screen was broken, so but still it's functional. So I use it as a web camera, and it's really nice. I need to test it, but not now. What is that? What is this? They don't even talk about it as if it's a normal thing to have it. Like, what is that? A medallion? Is it like, okay, like I can put my keys in here and then what? What is that? Should I keep it on my side and then put my keys in it? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maybe it's like a gift or something. Maybe this is normal. I don't know. I don't know. It's really well made. It's really nice, and the packaging is good. And they shipped it in the second day, but the customs, it was stuck in the customs for too long. I had to pay that. Anyway. So here's the thing. You have the followers, but you don't have the followees. So if I followed him, you can see me here, but you don't see him following me, right? Like I think he's following me. Like if I went to my account here, and no, these guys are following. Okay, so if I went here, they have 2 followers, but you don't see that he is following me. So that's the issue. This is the issue. So he was trying to fix it. See, has many followers, low followership. So what was he trying to do? So in the users model, here you have followings plus name followership and followers. Here he changed it to followership, and then followers and followees. Why was he trying to do that? I think this is misleading. So here, you have followings, right? And you have followers. And in the users controller, so the users follower controller here. Here you are getting the followers, and then users the followers include the followers. So when you're trying to get the followings, you change just the followers to followings, right? This is all what you will do, right? So first, let's just change that instead of followers, because this is misleading. These are just users, right? Is it? Followership and follower. What happens in the views? Like followership. Here, this index, what does it do? It says followers, I guess the followers and the user, and then followers here, then there's the users, and the users will render the followerships of follow. So why are you passing data around like this? Because it seems that if this was the users, was the follower, includes followers and offset and so on. If you do it like that, then here you don't need to do this, do you? You don't even need this followership thing, right? You just render the users, and here it will be the users. So, and you pass around the user, right? So in the index, you pass around users. And here you render these users. This is all. You don't need that extra file, because you can just get the users from here. No, we need to find a way. Anyway, let's try this. Like this guy. Okay, he has no followers. Let's follow him. When you go there, followers.size for Nelicans. It's not followers anymore. Not followers anymore. Followers empty. Here, users. Here. Now I'm there. If I unfollowed him, he doesn't have followers. So it's, why is this called the followers? I think it should be more generic. Instead of followers, follower ships. And this follower ships .html.erb, just a little bit generic, so we can reuse it, right? Because it uses a follower path ships here. And this, okay, the followers because I think we can pass in followers or followees as a parameter. So in the routes here, followerships, the control of followerships. Yeah. No route, blah 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 followers. Ships. User followers path, and this is in the layout. In the layouts main, user followers. Ships. See, I'm searching the whole project, so user followers and underscore. So if I want to, like, I came out of it, like I just canceled it. If I want to get back to the menu where I used to search for something, like the last search, space search last gives you the last one. Space SL, space search last. This followerships. This should work. So the followerships here. So when I follow him, it appears unfollows, right? So this is the refactoring part. Followers. Okay, so now nothing is called followers, it's called followerships. So I did that. Now, here is the issue. We need to differentiate between the followers and the flowings, right? And this followership can serve both, and this index action can serve both. So followerships, controller, this can serve both. But you see, this is too long, so it doesn't feel right to do it. User followers includes follower and limit and offset and So the first thing is that these first two parameters, like the follower thing here and here, and the last one here, we can replace them by a parameter from the parameter, and we make sure the parameter is correct. But I see that he was doing something here that seems right? Has many followers plus user through followership. Dear followership, this is why he was doing that. I understand. In the model, user, he was doing this, right? Sorry. So followers plus user through followership has many followees user for followership. So as I understand, that eliminates followership. Followership. It's called followership. So this is the following followership, and this is the followership. I need to differentiate between them, so I have to do that, right? There's nothing else I can. This better for you? That's better. Okay. So has many followers, it has many followees. And we can do this. Followers, you don't need to include follower anymore. Set order all, and we don't need to map it. We don't need to map it. Is this working? Nope. Cannot find the version. Oh yeah. Follow. Follower has many followers. Inverse of Frankie's follower ID. When he's the follower ID. Okay, so followers of. Oh, I need to reverse it. So this is following. Followings. Follow up. Ship. This is followers. Followership. I think it should call ships. Following, and followers. Yeah, the naming is very crazy, but I have no idea how to improve it. Like if you have an idea how we can rename that to be better, then I'm all ears. Current user followings exist when we. This is to check if you follow someone or not, right? You're trying to check if the current user is following this user. Okay, where is that? Follows. Here. Current user. Followings. Following. Do you mean followees? followees, like the people who he is following them. Passing the ID, sure. Am I following you? Undefined method followings. This broke too many things. Okay, so this is follower shapes controller. Create following. So the problem here is this followings. It should be followees, right? We change it in the whole project. That should be doesn't seem right. I think what we are trying to do here is not correct. So we did this here, right? Let's revert to this. Let's revert to that. And revert to this. This is correct. This is not. This is not. Okay. Followings should be followings, followerships, right? So we just renamed this. Following followerships. So unfollow him, unfollow. Where's this? Here I follow him, unfollow him. Okay. So after this refactoring, the specs should be passing. Unknown attribute follower for the user. Followerships controller line 11. Followerships. These names are too long, but I'm not sure. Okay, so these are the followers. Let's see this stuff here. Okay, that's too many refactoring just to do this. So here are the followers. So what we really need is a scope, right? Scope. This scope is the user followers based on a param. This param is either follower or following, is relationship. When it's followers, we return the user followers, else return the user. No, let's make it the other way around, because by default it was followers, right? So that should be in the else. When following, it's called what? Louise. So it depends on what's the relationship, and that can be expanded in the future if we want to use other values. So here is the followers limit offset. Instead of this, we can use the scope. This should be still working. This is working. There it is. Now we need to add another tab here. This tab published in this file. I need to improve that. Doesn't feel right. Anyway, here's the followerships action, and relationship should be follow please. There's the user and relationship follow please. Followers and followees. Who is he following? Here. Louise is this guy. If you go there, followers is me. See that? It's there because when you set that, the parameter is set, but it's not restricted. So here in this function, where we try to set it, relationship followers. Now we need this link to also say followers. And here we need to restrict it. Else we need to raise 404, because that's not a correct value, right? So if you went here, that should raise this 404. This works. We went there, followers, logis. Here it's working. Okay, so he did something really nice here. I didn't notice it. We don't need this anymore. We can just depend on one route for it. Was that it? Oh, there must be something else. There must be something else. See with this relation, there is a pagination for it, right? Followers. Wait a second. This renders followers, not followerships. Should render followerships. And here it renders users, right? Because with the controller it's called users here. So it should render users. I remember there was a way to just go to the same path as we are in now, and by just changing one parameter or something. If you want to change one argument or one parameter in the URL, there's a function you can do that. I just don't remember it. This is why I'm streaming, because somebody can remind me. So this should be working, right? If I ask it for .js here, do I have? I don't have it, do I? Command line API. It's someone with a lot of followers. How can I do that? I can do it from Rails console. Then user find here's the user. Let's make all the users follow me. User all each user followers. Can I do this? Yeah, of course, a user can't follow himself. So if I went here, 100 followers, because we have 100 users. No, that's an error. Why? Because followership offset 30. Yeah. So here's the issue. I need the followerships this here. Instead of rendering the user followerships path, I want to render the current path and just change some stuff. How do I do that? How do I do this? Current page. There was a way to do it. Button 2, on page, link 2, creates an anchor element with a given name using the URL created by the set of options. Link to if, link to unless, mail to. control. Page pathing parameters. Yeah, what was that? URL4. It's URL4. Just URL4. Is there something called the path4 instead of the URL? Because that returns all the URL, like URL4. Only path. If true returns the relative path, omitting the protocol. True by default. Okay, so by default it's true. URL4 offset next. This is all. And actually everywhere that could be the case. There's the first 30. URL for action. I want to override one parameter. That's what I want to do. There is something wrong here, right? URL4, but we are in a page that has this parameter already. Where did I get this one? What are the options here? Thank you. So the thing that was stuck in the customs, they delivered it today. Yeah. Params with your info. Just want to override one. I have to do that the hard way. Okay. Relationship params. That's ugly. I wish Rails had a different thing. Yep, it is working. Okay, just fine. So all the 100 people. This 100, so if I counted GitHubs, it should be 101. Yeah, exactly 101. Nice. It's all the tests passing. Interesting. Oh, followerships controller. You're getting the index with only this, of course. Followers. Is with followerships. When seems about right. Now we can just woke up. I hope it doesn't fail. Oh, damn. Okay. All right. So this can be closed now. I think we can here the tags implemented. Search mechanism. Nice. So now the last pull request. So what is that? That of course is lacking a lot of things. That needs to be like something we can work with, something that's a blog, you know. You get in here, you see blog, you click on it, and you see some articles. That's how it should look like. So I don't think this is implementing it at all. This probably implements the structure. Directory with gem file and blog configuration for Jekyll and the post, welcome post, about and index. That needs at least to have like this lowerlid or welcome, but it should have the look and feel of this website. So that's the issue when you're doing two applications and you need both of them to look the same. I still didn't decide on how we can do this, so I leave it. I remember I was talking to someone and he mentioned that instead of limiting, because this doesn't have a more button here, right? This is one thing. The other thing is that we are doing the pagination all like each other. So it would be probably nice to have some kind of module that paginate, you know? So what usually people do is they use Kaminari or any gem that paginates, but that's really easy to implement, you know? Right now I just have one line that does it. I'm even questioning if I should create a module or a function for it. Seems too trivial to do that. Let's see. But this vlog definitely needs a lot of work. I don't have the appetite to do it now. What I really want to do now is stop working on why is this failing? Ah, there. Tests. Yeah, tests are not covering everything. Yeah, it's fine. It's a side project. I don't have to be too strict with it. What I really want to try to develop is small application for chat, but a chat that you can move around the screen and show bubbles on your face. Like you have an avatar that moves around and you can choose a background and you can have a room for yourself. But having a chat application, like it's really it's not an easy thing because there's a lot of things you can do to secure it. So it's not easy really to have that. Hmm. I think I'll stop developing now and I will continue later. I feel I want to play some games now. Just for a change. Right. Thank you for passing by and I will see you another time. Right?